Good afternoon, everybody. We need some energy. Good afternoon, everybody. Hello, my name is Zion Goldsmith. I'm a member of the Tri-County Commission of Alcohol and Drug Abuse Fire Squad. I had the honor of serving at the Escape the Haze conference through my workshop session. My session specifically focused on how big tobacco companies have rebranded over the years and how they targeted adolescents in their marketing. One example we discussed was the shift from traditional cigarettes to products like Juul, which were designed to look sleek and modern and were often marketed in ways that appealed directly to young people. The students in my session were really engaged, they asked great questions, and they shared strong opinions. And I think the session helped open their eyes to how intentional and strategic this kind of marketing is. My biggest takeaway from the conference is that teens genuinely want to learn about the harms of vaping. We just have to meet them where they are and share the message in a way that's engaging. Overall, the conference was an incredible experience, and it reminded me just how powerful youth advocacy can be, and I'm very proud to have been a part of it. Thank you.
Hello and good afternoon. My name is Samantha Ehrhardt. I'm part of the Pickens County Youth Board. I am a rising junior with Easley High School, and I'm also dual enrolled at the Governor's School in Science and Mathematics. I had the extraordinary opportunity to also speak at the Escape the Haze conference. My session primarily focused on peer-to-peer education and voice advocacy in making a change. We specifically informed our groups about coalitions, groups, clubs, and anything to join or form to start a movement. The first half, I primarily spoke about materials and methods of peer education. Youth Board specifically, we created a elementary and middle school level kind of education book called Beau the Brain. It's a cute little animated brain that informs people about the mental and physical effects of vaping. We also informed about ways to start physical activities that can bring awareness, like lip sync battles or something we call Guns and Hoses, which is kind of a softball game that people come out to enjoy and kind of have a fun time while still learning the real facts. Besides peer education, we also spoke on getting involved in schools or city councils. I shared my personal experiences about going to city council meetings with my own resume and speaking about changes that as a teen and as a youth involved in school and other activities that I would like to see change to make my environment and others a better place. My biggest takeaway was seeing my groups across all four, their eyes widen at the opportunity for empowerment and change. To see their passion and expression tied to their comments and their questions was inspiring and hopeful for a large wave of movement for years to come. To see people go from so tired and like, I don't want to do this, to be so engaged and so ready to learn and make that change is something that I wish I honestly had the experience of seeing when I was kind of at their age instead of now. It was a true honor to speak and educate through my passion of not only public speaking, but science. Thank you.
Just give me a moment. Hi, everyone. Okay, let's try that again. Hi, everyone. Okay, thank y'all. My name is Madi Morgan. I go to Easley High School. I'm also a rising junior, and I'm a part of the Pickens County Youth Board. During the Escape the Haze conference, myself and another F.I.R.E squad member led a session about the specifics of what's in a vape. What I learned at Escape the Haze is that a lot of people are very misinformed about vaping and the chemicals inside of it. Today, especially, I've heard that vaping might not be as bad as traditional smoking, but it's just as bad because vaping, it causes sores in your mouth, and there are chemicals such as formaldehyde, acetone, which we all know what acetone is, and for those of you who don't know what formaldehyde is, it's used for embalming bodies. So although the effects of traditional smoking and vaping are completely different, they're still bad in both ways. So I enjoyed getting to educate my peers on what they're putting into their bodies when they do vape. And I think my biggest takeaway from the, my actual biggest takeaway from the Escape the Haze conference was that a lot of kids around my age, they think that it's cool to vape, and they're embarrassed that they do vape. Usually you hear that it's cool that, oh, we don't care what we're doing to our bodies, but I found that a lot of them, once they were confronted with the truth, were ashamed of admitting that they have issues themselves. And I would like for them not to feel that way, because it's okay, you know. Youth Board, we really try to create a safe and comforting space for everyone, so that they can come to us. Like the Quit the Hit, I really like that, because that's what we try to do. We try to create a group of your peers so you can talk it out. But I think Escape the Haze was a big chance for us to do that. So that's all. Thank you.
Questions for our wonderful Youth Coalition members?
Well, fantastic work to all of you. And you've got the adults in the room listening. You are now at the platform. It's easy for us to say what we'd like to do, what we want to do. What do your peers and your fellow students, what do they want from us?
So with what I've seen in my community is that some students, sometimes they feel like as if they're being talked to instead of having a conversation. And I think that we can open up the conversation a little bit more instead of trying to talk to kids and tell them, don't do this, don't do it. Try and open up an open conversation, or just say why, or just have an open conversation with them and let them know what, just for them to be comfortable. When people are comfortable, they will listen to you a lot more. And also what we have seen in our coalition specifically is that we host events that's with the trend. So I don't know if everybody know what a trail ride is. Y'all know the boots on the ground? Yeah. So we hosted an event like that last week, and we had a big turnout. We had we was giving out 100 free snowballs, and it was for 2 hours. The snowballs went in the first 45 minutes. So, and that event was really engaging, but we also educated and have open conversation with kids so they understand the dangers of what some put in their body and how it affects them and how it can affect their daily life.
I 100% completely agree. A lot of people that I've spoken with, at one point I have personally spoken with our city mayor about issues that would like to be resolved, and the big issue that a small group of us came up with is that, yes, teens, even though you can say, oh, this is bad, this will kill you, we won't, I shouldn't say we, they won't listen, because it's still something that they want to do, and I believe at this age, willpower is a very strong thing in development. Another big thing is too, if with proposal ordinances or laws that are trying to get passed that prevent additional vaping or other types to be banned, I think that's something that needs to be taken into more consideration and looked at into passing. Because I know with me, little backstory, I have chronic migraines, and around the school, one big thing that causes it is the smoke. I go into every single bathroom, and that is all I smell. Another large thing is too, taking responsible action for those that are vaping and that are breaking the rules, opposed to targeting the whole school audience and penalizing those that don't. With me, even though they are banned because of my online schooling through the governor's school, I carry a set of headphones with me, and they are attached to my wallet. I never want to leave my wallet in a classroom, so I take the whole thing with me. The shape of my AirPods, however, sometimes looks like a vape to some teachers or SROs. So teachers know me personally, they know I don't, but they are still stopping me at least 3 or 4 times a week because they think that's something I'm doing, and it takes time out of my education and my class time because it's something that I'm trying to be penalized for, even though I am not. So it's not only the education, but the responsibility of enforcing it when it needs to be.
I completely agree with what my 2 peers said. One thing I think adults could really work towards when it comes to like us is, like Xion said, a lot of times we feel talked at and not talked to, because adults constantly are like, vaping is bad, vaping is bad, vaping is bad. But I find that a lot of adults don't take the time to explain why, and they don't take the time to talk to their children and explain to them that, okay, you might be going through something, but here's what you could do to resolve that other than resorting to substance abuse. So I think it's really just making sure you have a connection with the children around you and making sure you're paying attention to them. And that's all I have to say.
Great to see you folks. I've really enjoyed your Pickens County Youth Board presentation. I think it was maybe 2 years ago. So I don't know if you were involved then or not. Just the question, are any of you considering a career in the public health area based on your experiences with this, youth board and your advocacy work?
Actually, I am. I am considering majoring in political science and minoring in public health. Fire Squad has given me, thank you. Yes. Fire Squad has given me an outlet to make a change in my community. For example, in my county, we have over 18 vape shops and 8 in the city. So what we did was we talked to city council, we made an ordinance so that new vape shops cannot be in 1,000 feet of each other and within a certain vicinity of schools, churches, and community centers. So yeah, and we're trying to expand that to the county because Orangeburg County is the second largest county land-wise in South Carolina, and I think that will make a real change. But yeah, Fire Squad has given me and other kids in my community an outlet to actually make a difference in our community, and we see that this year with over 20 applicants to get into Fire Squad. And people actually in my community want to make a change instead of being a part of the problem. They want to talk in front of leaders, just be a change and to be a voice for everybody else.
I will just say very shortly, no, I do not want to go into public health. I want to go a more civil engineering route with analytics, but I would be open to still continuing my passion with advocacy and using my analytical skills to present more data so that way more ordinances and bills and laws can be passed. So.
Not necessarily public health, but I would like to be a psychologist or forensic psychologist or somewhere in the psychology area because I'm really interested in why people do what they do. And I do think that psychology so far, because I'm in an AP Psych class, has helped me kind of understand people on a better level, especially those who do abuse substances, because it's made me sit back and think, oh, I get why you're doing this. This is a coping mechanism for you. So, yeah, definitely.
And my second quick question was, what did y'all do with the beach ball at the youth summit?
Well, for my session specifically, we threw it at people. I'm sorry, no. We, with youth especially, I know a lot of the kids came there on a field trip and some of them were forced to come, and we really wanted some engagement in our session, so we just started throwing the beach ball at people and we're like, answer this question, and it was also just a way for us all to get to know each other and have fun and make it not such like a clinical setting and such like oh, you have to be here.
Also, in the beginning, I don't know if this is something that y'all had ever done. We did energizers, which are just chants that everybody gets involved in. So at the end, while we were kind of transitioning, we played some music. We had, 10 of them? We had a good bit. We had a good bit of them. So we tossed them around the whole room, had people just hit them. It kind of relaxes everybody and wakes them up at the same time.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all can tell, I'm a very energetic person. I don't like anything that's just gonna bore me. So I knew that coming into that conference, I want kids that are younger than me to have fun just have fun. Don't, not just to be stressed out, oh, this is going to be a boring day. Because a lot of kids have reached out to me after the conference and said they had a great time, and they're hoping they come back next year. So, especially in my session, I just pass the ball around, and whoever catches it, you get rapid fire questions. So like Chick-fil-A or McDonald's or Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts, just stuff like that to get them relaxed.
I think we have one last question from Dr. McDaniels.
I just want to know what Guns and Hoses is.
Oh, I can perfectly answer that. It's either flag football, kickball, or softball. The one we are doing actually on the 31st is a softball game. I'm a varsity softball player, so I'm very excited. It's essentially what it sounds like. You have police department, fire department, sheriff's office. Highway control. I apologize. And our youth board. We all kind of match up. We play a huge game. And it's just a good way to have fun, get to know everybody and kind of network a little bit. Yeah.
So the guns are represented by the sheriff's department and the hoses are the fire department.
Yes, because it's mainly a big battle between them as well.
And to add on to that, we created Guns and Hoses to be a safe place for teenagers and kids to come to hang out and have a good time without the pressures of drinking, smoking, or any of that. That's pretty much what all of our events are for. I think Sami mentioned it earlier. We had a lip sync battle in September, which was also between the fire departments and the police departments. We got a really big turnout from that. A lot of people came, and a lot of kids my age came. And so I think we do those things to try to bring the community together and to help people. So yeah.